in the question, they have discussed about the displacement of the particle. They have provided the displacement of the particle x at t seconds. So if you want to find the displacement of the particle at particular time, that is at particular time like t is equals to 1 second or t is equals to 2 second, if you put t is equals to that second, then you will get the displacement of the particle at that particular instant. So, and also they are asking us to find the distance covered by the particle in first 4 seconds. So there is a small difference between the distance and displacement. For your kind information, the distance is nothing but the path traveled by the particle. Displacement is nothing but it indicates the position of the particle with respect to some point. Okay, it indicates the position. So in order to understand the whole motion, first you should find its displacement, that is its position at t is equals to 0 seconds. So when we put t is equals to 0 here in this formula, we get x is equals to 0 minus 2, that is nothing but 4 meters. Means the particle displacement is 4 meters. Initially at t is equals to 0, the displacement of the particle is 4 meters. So that is nothing but they are supposing some point O. With respect to point O, they have given displacement. That is with respect to point O, the displacement of the particle at t is equals to 0 is 4 meters. Now when we move further, when we find its displacement, its position at t is equals to 1 second, we get x is equals to 1 minus 2 whole square, that is nothing but 1 meter. Means that position of the particle with respect to point O is now 1 meter. Means it has the distance between the point O and particle is 1 meter. It has traveled 3 meters distance to achieve this displacement. See, you can observe here before the particle, before the distance between the particle and O was 4 meters. The displacement between them was 4 meter. Now the displacement has become 1 meter. Then obviously the particle has to travel 3 meters distance. So in this case, the distance traveled by the particle during 1 second is 3 meters. Now when we move further, we get at t is equals to 2 seconds, the position of the particle is 2 minus 2 whole square, that is nothing but 0 meter. This 0 meter displacement indicates that the particle which was at 1 meter displacement before, now the displacement of the particle with respect to point O is 0. That means that the particle is now at point O. So in order to reach point O, the particle P has to travel 1 meter distance, because before the displacement between them was 1 meter, now it's 0 meter. Then the particle has obviously traveled 1 meter distance to reach this position. So in this case, the distance traveled by the particle is 1 meter. We are talking about the distance traveled. Actually, this is giving us a displacement of the particle, but we are finding distance. Okay. So now at t is equals to 3 seconds, we can find that the position of the particle is 3 minus 2 whole square, that is nothing but 1 meter. Means the our particle is at the displacement of 1 meter from the point 2. Means the distance traveled by the particle to achieve this position is also 1 meter. So in this case, the distance traveled by the particle is 1 meter. When we find at t is equals to 4 seconds, we get the position of the particle is 4 minus 2 whole square, that is nothing but 4 meter. Means now the position of the particle with respect to point O is 4 meter. Okay, so the displacement between them is 4 meter. So you can understand and you can able to imagine that before second, the particle P displacement with respect to point O was 1 meter. Now it is 4 meters. Means obviously particle P has traveled some 3 meter distance to achieve this position. The distance traveled in the 4th second is 3 meters. So when we add up all the distances, we get the distance covered by the particle in all 4 seconds. 1 second, 2 second, 3 and 4 second, that is 8 meter. It matches with the option B.